There may be survivors on this flight, and here's why. This is not the first time there has been a major plane crash in the Potomac River. On January 13th, 1982, there was one of the largest aviation disasters that happened in the Potomac River, also in January. So the water conditions may be very similar. The Potomac River is known for crazy currents, various depths, and in 1982, the search and rescue efforts were extremely difficult, but there were 5 survivors, 79 people on board, 74 passengers, 5 crew, 74 people passed away, and there were 5 survivors. So there is some hope. For those of you who don't know, there was just a major aviation disaster where a Blackhawk helicopter crashed into an American Airlines flight. And this is extremely odd because Blackhawk helicopters are piloted by extremely well-trained military personnel. Blackhawk helicopters are used for transporting troops, medical evacuation, special military operations. Pilots of Blackhawks go under rigorous training. So a lot of facts here make this disaster extremely odd and questionable. And we don't have all the facts now, and it's important to not jump to conclusion. But this incident raises several questions because such collisions are extremely rare due to strict air traffic control protocols. Military and civilian aircraft operate under controlled airspace. The ATC is responsible for the separation of aircraft. We live in a very high-tech time where they have computer screens in front of them showing where every aircraft is in their circumference. Again, it's way too soon to speculate, and we have to be careful not to run wild with things. But there are only a few reasons why a Blackhawk helicopter would crash into a commercial airline, and that would be mechanical failure, human error, miscommunication, or intentional act. And here's the problem. It's hard not to run wild with ideas because we have been left in the dark this entire month. January has felt like an entire year. At the start of the year, there were major aircraft tragedies all over the world. Then we had a T attack in New Orleans and no one is talking about it. Then there was a Cybertruck explosion caused by a supposed Green Beret. No one is talking about it. Then we had the fires in Los Angeles where there was no water in the hydrants, and the news quickly stopped reporting on these fires. For the entirety of the months of November and December, we had unidentified flying objects all throughout our American skies. It was not just New Jersey. Trump just released the supposed truth of these aircrafts, and we all know that's not the truth. The White House has claimed that those drones were controlled and approved by the FAA, but that doesn't even make any sense because if that were true, then why did it stop all commercial flights and military flights? Airlines would have been notified of this ahead of time. And unfortunately, we're never going to know the truth. And that is why we are the media now. This aircraft disaster, I guarantee, will go poof, just like everything else. It's so important to ask questions, analyze the facts. Don't jump to conclusions, but also don't believe what the media tells you. Believe what your eyes see and what your intuition tells you based off of the facts. And the facts are right now that a Blackhawk helicopter crashed into a commercial airline that then fell into the Potomac River. And this river flows along many significant government organizations and locations like the Pentagon, like Arlington National Cemetery, like Reagan National Airport. I've said it before and I'll say it again. A lot of strange things are happening in the air, from aircraft to fires to fog. All we can do is try to make the best sense of it we possibly can. I pray for all the victims of this tragedy. I pray for peace. I pray that all the suspicions that we have are not true and that this was simply an accident. I pray for anyone affected. Our country has been through enough this month. God bless these people, God bless their families, and God bless this country.